there are two heroes that are okay against Bat, and they were both banned out. So if they wanted to pick that up on Zero, it would make sense they would ban those two heroes out. But again, Bat Rider is just very strong in this patch. It's one of the most contested picks. He has been picked and banned more than anybody else, I believe. Him and Beastmaster have insane pick and ban rate in the BTS Pro Series 3 so far. But thinking about this next one, they might have banned out part of Team Brazil's plan on Zero. Faces Void would have made a decent amount of sense to me for them to take here. But they might actually opt to grab some, I don't know, aggressive heroes. They could take the Beastmaster at this point, but people have been running Nature's Prophet in the offlane a lot right now. What with I think it's a Tiny and the Witch Doctor. You want these strength heroes, it's hard for them to blow up. That is a hard hero to blow up, though. Ooh. Again, huge base armor, high HP regen, high strength growth rate. Tiny doesn't really like playing against that one as a support, does he?
No, you like to be able to blow up these heroes. Avalanche Toss come in, like you've been mentioning a lot with the Tiny, the Avalanche Toss, just that 3 times damage while hero is tossed. So it's like what, 775 level 3 when we start to see the Tiny normally move around.
Yeah.
So it's not fun against Ogre.
Yeah, but we've seen a couple of these games, just Tiny suddenly getting a kill in the mid lane. He's playing against, God, who was it playing the Wind Ranger? It was Tiny versus Wind Mid.
Ryoya.
Yeah, that was the...
It was Gunner on the Tiny and Ryoya on the Windrunner. And when Windrunner just kind of stopped moving, Avalanche Toss died straight up for first blood yesterday. And that was, the last game of the day? Or something like that.
I tried to warn him. I warned him so many times, Bkop, but you gave Coast to Belay the Terrorblade again.
Yeah.
I tried to tell you, Zero, but you fell for it again. You ban out the Life Stealer. You ban out the Morph, the Void. They don't care about these heroes, though. They only care as Terrorblade. And even as good as the Spectre is against it, and not being able to burst him down quite as fast due to him having that enormous bulk, Terrorblade is one of those heroes that want to be able to blow people up. Like squishier heroes he likes playing against. If he can blow him up 1-2 auto attacks with Metamorphosis Spectre, he's going to have to man fight. I don't think about it. This guy's just too scary on his Spectre or Terrorblade. But Elder Titan, amazing counter to Terrorblade. We talked about this one. Terrorblade absolutely hates building armor items. He gets so much from his agility. His agility growth rate 4.8 per level, has like 7 or so base armor. So at the end of the game, he got like 40 or 50. Completely negated by natural order if this Elder Titan is able to sit within melee range of him. So this guy can go down very fast to Elder Titan. I like this pickup here by Zero. Team Brazil probably should have seen this one coming and banned it out if they planned on playing Terrorblade. But now that's just something they got to deal with. The last of the reserve time for Team Zero, though. What do you think they ban out here? Okay. Nobody wants to deal with spiders.
Yeah, nobody wants to deal with that brood. And it was the brood yesterday from 4 Zoomers that they got to go up against. They definitely don't want to be up against that again.
They coped against it so well, though. They changed their draft up. They said, okay, we're going to put Snake King in the mid. He's going to be on the Earth Spirit. He's going to deal with the Brood Mother. They did an excellent job. Ultimately, though, that really wasn't what lost them that game. I believe it was just the Terrorblade again on 4 Zoomers that really took them out. Ended up just blowing them up with it was the Terror Wave. They got the Aghanim Scepter on the Faceless Void. It made Envy's game miserable. Ended up Terror Waving him as he threw out that Chronosphere that one time, and they did manage to take the fight out of base. It's a sick play there by them. This band out. We've seen a lot of last band Zeuses by these teams.
Ooh, Pugna, a hero that we haven't seen much of.
I like this hero a lot, though. He was laning phase was weakened recently. Well, not that recently. Again, they nerfed the cooldown of his Nether Ward, so he's not able to keep that up and go that build. They nerfed his Decrepify, so up against ranged heroes in mid lane, he's not as good. Before it'd be way too easy to contest CS. Now he's kind of forced to go that Nether Blast build where he shoves in the creep wave and I guess secures himself some CS while harassing the enemies. but not as many options. Saw that we are seeing him played more in the position 3 and 4 every so often. I believe some of these SA teams were doing that. So I like seeing it, though. Pugna can have a massive impact, and of course, he does make things pretty easy to keep alive. Again, being able to life drain your Spectre, and of course, it's actually a pretty good pairing with Elder Titan. Now that I think about it, you throw that Astral Spirit onto someone, uh, you're removing that base natural magic resistance that they have, and he hops on top with that life drain, and you do so much DPS with that. So Roya playing this Pugna, I'm excited to see that, and he's up against 4DR here on the Ember Spirit. Ember is one of the heroes that's able to deal with Pugna a little bit better. Again, the fact that you can't use that Decrepify or the Nether Ward like you used to be able to against an Ember Spirit lane, you can just kind of max out your Nether Ward first, or kind of leave it up behind your own creep wave, and you'd just be out of mana for the leading phase. It was wild. I'm glad this doesn't exist anymore. Making Ember a little bit better at dealing with the Pugna, because again, you dodge the Decrepify, or sorry, the Nether Blast by spamming Sleight of Fist. You can avoid the magic damage by using your Flame Guard. You've got a lot of solutions for Ryoya, but I'm excited to see different heroes. I'm glad that we get to see Pugna this game. I don't know about you.
Very excited about it. It feels like a different hero. It is a different hero. I think, the first time we're seeing the Pugna all event so far?
Mm-hmm.
So, something different here that I think... I'm not too certain it's gonna be this hero that just kind of like goes off, but we'll see.
Yeah.
If it's the game changer.
So it's the bounty. But, one kill going each way. Again, it's all about whether or not you're able to get that on the mid here. So the fact that you can get that on Roya, he gets his first Null Talisman up really quick. Yeah, look at his items already. He's got Null, Shared Tango, 3 Tangos of his own, Circlet. Get that double Null right away on your mid hero. It's going to be so much easier to harass the enemies. And of course, as the laning phase goes along, Pugna, one of the highest main attribute hero growth rates in the game, 5.2 int per level. He just does so much right-click damage as the laning phase goes on. I want to watch this for a little while, but I'm also interested in where Earth Spirit's going to go and where Tiny's going to go. We see tons of kills happen around these two, but we have to keep our eyes peeled. As much as I want to watch Roya here on this Pugna.
Roya up against 4DR. 4DR has had some interesting matchups. I feel like he's been hit or miss. Constantly hit or miss, but we'll see how he is on this Ember. Because have we seen him play this Ember mid? I'm not certain we have. I don't think we have.
Not quite yet. It's one of the more common mid heroes, of course. In this patch, when they moved it to 4.27, bit of action coming out all over the place.
Yeah, we did see him. Okay, so the last time he played it, he actually did play it against Infamous. He went 15-5 and 17, so he played really well on that Ember.
Not as great as a CC&C on the Void Spirit in the last game. That guy almost had a deathless match. Pretty good.
One death. Very, very close. You think players are just like, I could have had a deathless game, but didn't?
Dota in 2020 isn't really like that. Sometimes you have to make a sacrifice for the greater good, and of course, the enemy team could just run 5 heroes at you non-stop and make themselves wildly out of position and all die. And, you're fine with that. EG could, RTZ could get killed by a team of 2Ks if they were all run at him with some crazy level 1 comp lineup at the start, but then of course they would get absolutely bodied in the grand scheme of things. In fact, I think things like that have happened before.
Yeah, I was thinking about when OG had to go through the open qualifiers early in last year's DPC. Yeah. And I was covering that, and I was like, oh yeah, mid one dying to a 2K, and everybody was freaking out in chat.
The game's over, but no, Dota, not like that. In bottom lane, Flea gets gone on, is forced to roll out. He does get out of this one. Flea, the absolute mad lad. And just kick the enemies back and get away.
That makes a good escape.
Had to be careful watching these Earth Spirit engagements in the early game. They'll come at you pretty fast. Mid lane has been kind of even, I would say. 7 denies on the Pugna, though, despite having... Okay, it's not even anymore. Pugna's absolutely bodying this Ember Spirit. It's only going to get worse as the laning phase goes along. You hate to see it.
Avalanche. And the sweep. Now they've got the toss back. They're doing a lot of damage on the Costabile. Stun onto the Elder Titan. The right choice with that extra 42 damage. But Snake King staying with them. And actually realize this is an offlane Elder Titan.
See you later, nerds.
KJ losing his courier. He's trying to help Costabile. He does help him survive.
Yeah. Couldn't get the Terrorblade, so they take the courier as a consolation prize there. Get those 2 last right clicks off on him himself back up to full HP. But Terrorblade not having a great time. Only 6 CS so far. Miserable time, in fact, I would say. Snake King makes a rotation towards mid. Probably not going to see anything come of this. So, actually... Roya, I don't... He doubled back there because he was afraid of Flea. My bad. Saw that one. No, I didn't. So, yeah, I do... They end up killing the ward there, rather. The Pugna, that's where the taunt came out from. So he did stop the Ember from grabbing that one. And, of course, Pugna's going to have a happier time about this. He's going to regen mana quicker. He has the range attacks. He doesn't need to heal up as much as this Ember Spirit does. Top lane, they dive the tower.
Yeah, they're looking for Costabile. And, ooh, meta? Brax? They got the sweep on the Ogre. Costabile sitting here very low. Needs to be careful. Snake King doesn't actually have the mana for toss. Flea comes in. Might be able to get the kill on a Brax. They have the stun, the rolling boulder, and the damage should be there. It will be with the boulder smash.
Titan, you'll shatter the earth no more.
So, Brax going down there, pays for his over-aggression. Again, one of the better things, or one of the things you have to worry about when you're playing against this Earth Spirit lineup is just the speed of the rotations. Talked about how great Moon was it, but Flea doing a pretty great job himself. And I think we are playing on US East server, so Flea's going to have advantage over a lot of the other players on his team. But that's just something that they have to deal with. Again, the NA teams do have an advantage in this tournament, despite the fact that it's 4 NA teams, 6 SA. The default servers do go on to US East when it's an SA against a US East, or when 2 teams like completely disagree on what server is going to be played on.
Over bottom.
See you later, nerds.
King RD forced the TP away.
He'll come right back, though. Again, he does have teleportation, so one of the benefits of playing this in the off lane, which is mostly what we've seen. Costabile at the top lane, dropping very low, but he does have the movement speed, and he gets himself the infused raindrop.
Oh, nice stomp by Brax. And then really a good save by KJ on that shot from the soccer ball, or the football. But Ryoya ends up dying as they went for that kill and was trying to trade there again with the Ogre. But Ogre, like we said, is super tanky.
Yep. We mentioned catch that Pugna was a good one. A bit harder now at least level 6, but again, Ember Spirit is one of the better heroes at dealing with the Pugna now, just due to the change around of the Pugna's skills in the lane. All of them nerfed at the early levels.
Meta committed by Costabile.
So that was so close what happened up there in the top lane. That raindrop coming in just in time to deal with the Astral Spirit, but the Echo Stomp came out immediately after. Dota comes at you fast. I'm surprised that he even committed that stomp. I thought he just would have dropped the Astral Spirit, thought he'd get the kill and then walk away, but I guess he did see that the raindrop came in and the carry at the same time. Bottom
Spectral
lane.
dagger onto King RD, but the stun from KJ. Wrath of Nature doing a lot of damage. Now they've got the silence on multiple heroes. They'll get the kill on a 1-4-3-7. Avalanche hits on a 3. MV and Snake King run back. Just surviving. Good rotation from KJ, as well as Flea.
Mid lane being a nuisance here on the Pugna.
Okay. Life Drain not doing much of anything. MV Spectral Dagger forward. TP coming in. This will be 1437 who throw a cask out. That bounces over to the Treants. Only bounces onto KJ once. Hits King RD. Meanwhile, over mid, 4DR. There's a regen up towards top. Boulder Smash. They want to stop them from getting it. Wow, King RD commits to this. They want to secure the regen very badly, to the point where they send 3 heroes mid to get the kill on a Snake King.
Stop Roya from coming online. There's been some serious commitments from Team Brazil as far as stopping Bkop Neph from grabbing these runes. This is what we saw in the other game, but Team Brazil taking it to a whole different level. Before it was just MSS on some of these good roaming heroes, like the 4, 6, 8 minute marks during the runes versus mid, but Team Brazil not messing around with this at all.
Snake King and Rioya coming towards top. They'll find Fui. And can they get this kill? Yeah, they'll toss him up in the air and finish him off.
The flesh is crushed you.
They want to keep going, but Costa Bkop is just going to TP to a different lane. I think it's way too dangerous out here. Every lane's feeling pretty dangerous, though. Spectre getting dove underneath the tower. Does a decent job at cleaning up these treants, though. Tanky.
MB going after KJ with the help of Brax, looking for the sweep. That'll land, but Sprout keeps him away. Brax does have a culling blade, but it won't matter. Now Costa Bkop is down here. MV in trouble with 40R making a rotation in. Remnant, MV on the run under the tower. 40R doesn't end up getting the kill. Back over on the other side of this fight. Costa Bkop, he sits low. Doesn't actually have the mana for Sunder. And they never found MV. He was able to TP out, but back over. 1437 dies to 40R instead.
We'll give Roya space to clear up that top tower, but they're probably going to get it back. Exact same thing at this bottom lane. Minimal versus treants under the tower, but oh, he comes in on the Spectre. Eternal Envy wants Costa Bkop.
Trying to get Costa Bkop. Can they get close enough to get in the kill? He's moving fast with the Spectral Dagger on him. Costa Bkop now has the mana for Sunder. Uh-oh, Envy, this is a problem. Rolling Boulder in, committed too far, and now he's dead. Oh boy.
See you later, nerds. Eternal Envy would look like a very easy kill. Tried to grab that low HP hero, but you got to be careful. You got raindrops on Costa Bkop. He's prepared.
Still has a couple of raindrops. Very prepared. And now a pause. A little bit of lag for King RD.
Alright, I'm glad it's given me a second to crack open my monster. Dealing with some technical difficulties between the games, but now I got a chance to, do my sip.
See you later, nerds. See you later, nerds.
How good is it? How's the sip?
It's delicious. This is much needed.
Know.
Didn't have a chance to have any this morning for the first series, but was in a little bit of a rush. Woke up later than I thought, only 1 hour before the game. I don't know about you, but whenever I play Dota, or before I hop on to cast, anything I do, I definitely have to shower, have food, make myself pretty, do my hair before I start. Dota is just a game that makes me feel too gross with myself if I don't do those things first. And it definitely affects my performance. I don't know. I used to wake out of bed like a total... get myself out of bed like a total slob, start playing like console games and stuff, but there's just something about Dota. I got my game before I start, make sure my day's really started. Mid lane, flee. We see more action happen in the mid lane. A little bit of golden XP going their way after that fight, 14-0. Things still looking pretty even, though. See what Eternal Envy's up to. So what he's got queued up. You don't really be sure, so... Started finishing these treads before he goes for his Midas now. Which is good. I like that. But again, you don't see Spectres go Radiance anymore. That item just comes online a little bit too slow. Midas, I think, is a little bit slow as well. But when you screen yourself with extra XP... those early levels into these other points, Desolate, Dispersion, it becomes worth it. much as I don't like it, if every pro player is grabbing it, they probably are a little bit smarter than me. Goes to Belay.
Goes to Belay in trouble. Sweep will hit. Easy kill there onto the Terrorblade. 1K lead now for Team 0. But, this is what they've been doing. They've been keeping Costa Belay in check, something that other teams, while he's had that Terrorblade, have not done. Now they look over towards the top. Spectre getting low. MV on the run. Silence. Magnetize all there to get this kill. Fortio, though, hit with the Avalanche. He throws a Remnant back. Sneaking, he gets hit with a double stun from KJ, so they'll get the kill there. This Magnetize doing a lot of damage. Finally, they take out Flea. They'll finish off KJ, who's behind the tier 1 tower. 1437, though. He ends up dying to the Magnetize.
Yeah, huge team fight there. Fortunately, you did manage to get on the Ember Spear. I was a bit worried for him. I don't think he managed to dodge those Maledict ticks with the Slate of Fist. But, well, after all that unfolds, Costa Belay makes his way to the mid-tower, sees the opportunity to get some damage off. Tower otherwise pretty untouched during the laning phase, because Puggy is much better at pushing than the Ember Spirit. Only does a couple hundred damage, though. I'm surprised they haven't just committed harder to pushing with Roya, but Flea has done an excellent job this game. Wherever the enemies try to set up, Flea's suddenly there, ahead of time, bursts somebody down, gets them killed. Again, he's contributed to every single kill this game. He's 3, 3, and 8 right now. This is the guy you want to be watching if you're on the side of 0. You don't see the Earth Spirit around, you got to be playing a little bit nervous. Kills don't happen without this guy.
Look for the sweep. They got it. Avalanche toss. He'll slight and just escape.
Dire have fortified their structures against attack.
Comes out, but only a matter of time before this tower goes down. Fortunately, Costa Belay's elsewhere. Ember Spirit is forced to run back to the base. There we go. Tower cleaned up. The tower going the way of 0. Again, I go over this every game, but it doesn't hurt to reiterate. Mid tower is extremely important.
Radiant's bottom tower is in danger.
See you later, nerds.
Just the fact that it gives you that much information of where the enemies are. When you're shoving the lane forward, you don't see the enemies defend from it, you know they're up to something. And of course, that's what's happening right now.
Yeah, they're smoking.
And
They're looking for
it gives them away. They know that they're up to something, so they play very tight here. Like, okay, what the hell? How come Ember's not here? How come no other heroes there?
Ooh, smoke broken. Ryoya gets spotted. Double cast, and now, oh, what a sweep. But Ryoya can't survive. Wow, that was almost enough to save Ryoya. Now they'll use the haunt. He goes after 40R. Again, Envy now jumps the other way, but can't find anybody.
I don't think you want this one. They try to slow down KJ, but
What?
what is
Did he just ult chat GG? Alright, Brax ends up going down. Ulti used by 1437. That gets the kill onto KJ. Avalanche toss hitting 40R as well as King RD. Wrath of Nature coming in. Sleight of Fist and the Wrath of Nature hitting. Whew, Snake Hit taking a lot of damage. Flea comes over. Boulder Smash Geomagnetic Grip. King RD TP's behind him and they'll finish off the Wish Doctor. 40R with the with the double kill. Hit him with the sorry misclick.
Yeah, you know, the cool admins are in this game. They're not gonna make them call up, but big team fight there for Team Brazil. Got 2,200 net worth swing, 1,500 gold. Not bad at all. You know, it started off by getting that kill on Roya. That's the ideal hero to be able to go on. And it felt odd. They knew they were up to something there. Again, they were playing very tight, but the fact that they walked into the enemies at like the worst possible time for the Pugna, the worst hero that can get gone on, made that fight go so well for Brazil. Drawn out a lot more than it should have been. I feel like they really shouldn't have given them that chase there.
No, not at all.
Pretty poorly for them.
But Team Brazil, maybe it was the fake GG call. Ooh, over bottom, taking a look. As now they've caught themselves the Tiny, and King RD gets that kill. Sleep, doesn't land. Flea able to escape. Spectral Dagger thrown. He's able to escape for now. The question is, does he get completely out? And Life Drain, not enough damage. Cask bounces over to the illusion. Now he's used the metamorphosis. Remnant back. 40R surviving. Earth Splitter doesn't land. 1437 ends up dead. King RD Sprout misses, but he'll still throw the Wrath of Nature. They want to go for Rioya. They know he's under the tower. They're continuing to ping it out, and yeah, they'll get those treants out. They'll spot Rioya. They've also got some vision on Brax, so the damage from the Metamorphosis Terrorblade is a lot. Ooh, needs the Sunder. Finds Snake King. He goes for this, but doesn't finish him off, so that allows him to Sunder at such a low health. They get the kill on a Snake King as well as Rioya. They end up losing KJ. Envy's here. 40R in deep. Sweep misses again. A lot of damage being done. As you see that, Brax had an extra like 300 damage. Jeez.
This guy punches pretty hard. We're committing every hero to these team fights. It does help the Elder Titan quite a bit. Gold and XP going a little bit in the way of Zero after that fight. My biggest issue with this is Rioya, he keeps dying. He's not able to get these items that he wants online. Again, he's only level 11. I feel like he should be a little bit further ahead at this point. Envy at 13, though, he's having the time of his life. He did commit to that one kill bottom on the Terrorblade. It was a little bit questionable. I think he was thinking, all right, I can just blow this guy up, no problem. And everyone, of course, rotates in and kills him. But other than that, he's been having a pretty nice game. Just a little bit below the Terrorblade and King RD's farm. But again, it's harder for Spectre to farm than the Terrorblade. Doesn't have the same illusions to work with.
Radiant's bottom tower is
The metas have been timed very well for Coast to be lane. And actually, he's gotten a couple of very big-time Sunders off. Like where it looks like he's probably going to go down, but ends up surviving it all. And specifically that kill bottom where they tried to go for Terrorblade, or that gank attempt bottom when they tried to go for Terrorblade. Meanwhile, Tiny hit with the silence. That's from an Orchid on King RD. Earth Splitter used, and that'll deter them from moving in. They'll get the extra 20 gold from the ward, but just push them back, put the pressure on.
Really want to grab this tier 2
Dude,
bomb.
Think about going in onto Eternal Envy. Up towards top, they've got the silence. The Sprout puts him in a bad position. Fui comes over, Magnetize used, Geomagnetic Grip, so he's silenced once again. Boulder Smash, Rolling Boulder. Envy in trouble. Doesn't actually have the mana for a haunt. And, ooh, Life Drain. Rioya keeping him alive. Now they've got the Toss. Sleep. Hitting on a Flea, who's trying to roll away but ends up dead. Envy gets the kill. So all that chase on to Envy, and they don't finish him off.
Envy. I guess I can't really bring him down anymore. It's going to be that much harder once he finishes his Mantis style. Again, being able to get out of the silence, he chains and whatnot, the game can become easier for him. But they are 4K net worth up on Team Brazil. And Team Brazil's constantly been playing on Team Zero's side of the map. Invading their jungle, taking out their towers. When you're playing this Pugna, you want to be taking the fight to the enemy team. I feel like you want to be taking advantage of the fact that you can shove up the slave with another blast and push down these towers. But they're just not able to. Blowing up
Searing Chains, but Snake King finds him. Avalanche Toss, not going to get the kill on a 40R, and he avoids the sleep. Spectral Dagger comes all the way over on the 40R.
Chat just talking about the misclick in the GG. You know, false surrender is actually a violation of the Geneva Convention, Bkop.
I know
Brazil
that.
Committing war crimes in this game.
Didn't some events have like a rule if you call it, it's committed?
Yeah, I think that's an awful rule. Yeah, I like joking around.
Are
a little
you
bit
misclicking though? Are you really misclicking good game?
No.
Let's be real. Brax silenced, and Fui comes over. He'll miss it, but eventually get the kill. 40R pretty deep on this. 1437 ends up dead, but they get the kill on a 40R. I don't know why they wanted to commit that far. But they go after Flea, KJ, Rolling Boulder, blocked by Snake King, and Envy. Yeah, I get it, ambulance and or police. This is too far. The sirens are blaring. I get it. But they'll get the kill.
40R. Somebody called a wambulance. That guy went way too far in. He's fallen and he can't get up. Here, Costa Belay. Just goes back to farming. Pupil's Gift. It sucks that he couldn't get a better tier 2 neutral item than that. What do they got going on here? I mean, this better item. How come... Right, that ain't right. All right, there we go. That's better. He's got the Imp Claw. I was gonna say, how come he gets the Ring of Aquila on the Nature's Prophet over the Terror Blade? Something wrong with that one. One more new tier 2 neutral item to grab for this other team, but again, they've been forced so far back. They don't have time to farm up the jungle. Turn and he's been shoving out lanes as well. And he's got his Ring of Aquila. There's nothing better for him to have, so he's happy not trying to grab another one. Top rune. That was a questionable move there by Flea. He dropped the Urn/Spirit Vessel on him, and it has to hold 1 second before it ticks, instead of Geomatic ripping him to stop the Blink Dagger on the Tiny. So Snake King ended up living because you revealed that you had the ward there on Flea. As great as his play has been this game, it was a little bit of a mistake. Yeah, it makes sense. You want to build the stat items on this hero, and I talked about how it's great against range cores. It's not really, you're not really going to be getting the hits off onto the Pugna and slowing him down. You're not going to be reducing his life drain. Like once you start hitting him, he's dead. Ooh, mid lane. He's done. I was going to continue my speech here, but they've got their eyes on KJ and they continue to chase him. He's pretty quick with his bloodlust, but you know, it's only a matter of time when Snake King's chasing with his Blink Dagger. Is this how the Zoomers get around the map? Kids these days, they just keep spamming their Shadow Amulet? I haven't played Dota in a couple of days. I've mostly just been casting the series. But you know, meta's really changed in the few days that I've been away.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Mid lane. River dodges that stomp coming out. That sound is starting to get to me. You better stop using that Shadow Amulet. No, that's not allowed. Dota players have been known to not break the rules. Who's that one South American player? He had the macros for his Meepo. He didn't think he was doing anything wrong, and he had this video. He's like, "Oh yeah, here's how I play Meepo," and then ended up like losing his spot in the TI qualifiers because of it. Like he didn't get permanently banned because he didn't think he was cheating. He didn't know he was doing anything wrong. Like he wasn't trying to hide it. But they're like, "No, yeah, you can't do that. You're out."
What have we here?
Valve's interesting like that. Ooh. What happens when you get a quick Aghanim Scepter on Elder Titan? I mean, he's been doing huge damage on Brax. Because these fights have been so big, like 4v5, 5v5 engagements, he's been able to take full advantage of this. So that makes sense that he would build this item. Actually, still sitting on this Faded Brooch as well.
Over mid. Terrorblade hit with your splitter. And Sunder immediately onto KJ, maybe to commit onto this, but Brax has that magic immunity. They'll go back onto the Pugna. They'll look for this Eternal Envy Spectre. Get the kill on an Envy, get the kill on a Ryoya. So these three heroes now gone with Brax falling. All the core is dead on the side of Team Zero.
Yeah, goes to be like this absolute unit wants to start making his way over to Roche Pit. He's got Metamorph pop. He's got KJ here, spamming Bloodlust onto him. Don't let this Bloodlust run out. Come on, man. KJ. All right, put it back on him. Yes. Now we're hitting this Roche with power. Nothing they can do about it on 0. You have Haunt available on Eternal Envy. Unfortunately, you're dead. You have no buyback. They're going to get Roche. Terrorblade will probably grab this one. There you go. Goes to Belay for when he's on Terrorblade. He is the main character of Team Brazil.
Rise again.
10k
Goes to
lead for
Belay,
Team
just
Brazil.
goes back in the jungle. Bottom lane. Misses the slight. Or sorry, the Searing Change slight.
Still looking for
You
him.
hate to see. And he misses the slight afterwards.
Ooh.
Stinking! He's got his dancing shoes on. Broke 40R's ankles there. My god. He'll never work in this town again.
Snake, look at this. He's still juking.
What you're witnessing is space being created.
I'm
Look
a
at that. He
TP
just...
out.
Home.
Okay.
My god. What a gamer. Mid lane goes to Belay, gets stomped. I don't think they have any follow-up for this, though.
Holy moly! Holy moly!
You ever open up the item tab and like the score thing? I hate how small everything looks. I can barely understand what's going on here. I like clicking individual heroes over doing that.
What, the show items and everything?
Yeah.
You gotta click the bigger
Yeah, you click the
bigger show
thing.
items button. It makes it all bigger.
There's a bigger show items button.
I think so. I don't know. It takes up like a third of my screen.
Yeah, I've got that open. It's like show items but bigger. If there's a, I prefer just clicking every hero, man. I don't like that. It's kind of like how there's like all these overlays for some tournaments and you can barely see what's going on. The only overlay I'm alright with is the monster one, just because I'm so big on monster energy.
What's King RD's BKB? 9 seconds? What else in the TV? 40R's got an Octarine core.
He does.
Octarine Maelstrom. Okay. BKB next.
It's cheaper to build now. The build up to is better as well. You don't have to save up 2,700 gold for that Mystic Staff. You just go 900 for the recipe, 900 for the Voodoo Mask. Makes more sense. And of course, makes more sense to build it on non-int heroes as well. You get the magic resist from it now too. So when you're playing against a Pug, now you're playing against a Tiny. Suddenly you're a lot more tanky than what they've got going on. I like it more now. I just rarely build it because I don't really play these mid heroes who build Octarine core. I think I built it once on Viper. It's the heavy magic damage lineup. CZNC built it last game as well. And again, he just completely popped off.
Yeah. Sleep on a 40R, but nothing doing. Look at where Snaking is again, by the way. Look at where look at where he's playing. Oh, that's tiny.
You know, he's creating space.
Alright. Collects the bounty, runs away.
I mean,
Okay.
I kept going off about how far forward Team Brazil's playing, how they're forcing all these heroes on 0 to play on their side of the map. Tiny's trying to change that a little bit, you know? He's doing it. You know, he forces the Earth Spirit back. He's forced Ember Spirit back, running around in these trees over here. But you can only make so much space. DD rune on the Terrorblade. Not the Bloodlust on him. If he starts clicking his tower, it's going to go down fast. Watch this. Boom! Alright, he's on low ground, so he misses some attacks, but still, boom.
Tier 3, very quickly taken out. Take away that Nether Ward as well. They just ripped through these racks.
Yep. Nothing they can do about this.
Ooh, behind them, 1437, he gets caught. Ryoya's also dead to 40R. Envy now. Luckily, with the Spectral Dagger, gets out of that Sprout.
Goes to Belay, turns his eyes mid. Still have another, what, 15, 20 seconds left on this Metamorphosis.
Just about, maybe like 5 seconds longer. They might even stay if they can get these kills. They've got the silence onto the Tiny. Envy Still hasn't made a move in just yet. Soon chains out on the Tiny. They've got the tier 3 over mid. They'll go for the melee racks. And Snake King still sitting low. So is 40R. So he'll TP and then come back to the... Oh, or will he? The haunt used to get the kill on a 40R. They have the sweep on the Terrorblade, but that wears out. Cask, not
40R
gonna
does the
bounce.
buyback. And the Remnant down.
For 423 extra damage. They'll look over at Snake King. They've got the double silence. Thunder used on an AMV. They'll get the kill. He's there for 85 seconds without buyback. And now that the Astral Spirit comes back to Brax, he's magic immune, but that doesn't mean you can't get sprouted. Right clicks onto Brax. Life drain from Ryoya. They've got Snake King in some trouble. 1437 with the ulti, but it's just not enough damage. They'll lose the Witch Doctor. Down goes the Elder Titan. Snake King gone for a second time. And GG gets called.
Team Brazil, pretty convincing victory. I really like the lineup from Team Zero here, but Zero just hasn't been coming online this tournament. I think they're one of the worst performing teams. Again, they did just form their lineup. They lost Fear, they lost Moon, they replaced them with the Ryoya 1437. But some of these games, they seem to do really well and have their stuff together. Like, they have all these experienced players, they have these great strategies, but they're getting pressured really hard by these squads that have been playing together for a couple of months now, and the coordination is just too good. They've been playing so far onto their side of the map on Team Brazil, despite the fact like you have this Elder Titan, you have this Tiny, you have the Pugna, who want to all be playing very aggressive. You're not able to. You're getting shoved back early game by the Terrorblade, and I keep reiterating this, but you can't give Costa Bile this Terrorblade. This guy's too good on this hero. He's more comfortable on it than anything else. So next game, I think when probably has to be one of your first bans. I mean, this guy just hasn't failed on the TB yet, has he?
No, not yet. I believe Terrorblade still has a perfect win rate in this league so far. Team Brazil, they take the victory over Team Zero. So Zero, they got to come back with something, and we'll see if they can do so. We'll be back with Game 2 in just a moment. Stay right there.